superhero cape and
Oh shit! Hang on. Let's get rid of you. Get rid of you. Don't want to ruin the surprise. We are live on United States of Australia. Professional as always. Coming in hot, coming in strong. I am the Aussie guy, and there's no one here, and I have to do my opening joke of the show, but there's no one. I like one person to hear the joke live. I guess we've got my co-host, the man whose clothes are considered infrastructure in Tent City, Robbie the Mariner
what
fan. How you doing?
what the fuck? I, that's I haven't heard that one before.
That's a good joke, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I can't even really get that upset. That's probably the most clever way of someone calling me a fat slob I've ever heard in my entire life.
Thank you. I wrote that a few days ago, and I thought that's a pretty good joke.
Wow, I'm glad you're writing jokes. Let's see how I can get creative with calling my morbidly obese co-host morbidly obese.
It's great, and not just that, gay as well. I got some gay ones in
Mm.
the bank. I've got a notes page on my phone. You know, the notes app on the old
Are you
iPhone.
fucking serious?
Yeah, it's Robbie jokes for
Oh, Jesus Christ.
all of the
I think
intros.
that's
So
more sick than gross sports injury photo file, which is mostly just ammunition for when someone pisses me off in a text or a chat. I'll just start sending the highlights of that folder. Alex Smith's leg in that documentary is always going to be
oh,
the
that's fucking
go-to. Oh
oof.
my god, it is so amazing in a gross
Oh,
way. He lost 90% of his legs, so they're like, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna cut off your quad and put it on your leg. And somehow it fucking worked.
that's tremendous. Robbie coming in hot today. That's great. No, and if our listeners, which we currently have two viewers, if you want to send me jokes for my intro of Robbie each week, at one point, Robbie, I want somebody to just cut all of my intros of you into one YouTube video as like the
A
Robbie roast.
compilation, as they say.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, if you've got any amusing witticisms that you want to send to me to intro Robbie each week, we would love to hear it. Robbie, Scoop's not here yet, which is
No.
unfortunate. I hope he's all good because he messaged us early and said he's on his way home.
Yeah.
Um, and you made a pretty insensitive joke.
Don't put that on me. Don't put that
No,
on
well,
me.
I accidentally put a laughing emoji. My bad.
Yeah, that
But
was sick. What I said was just like, what's Ozzy up to?
I know. But what you did was like possibly. I don't know what's happened. Um. But what you possibly did was. Oh, what's that word? Fuck it. I'm blanking on the word. Oh, what do all those dumb bitches say these days? No, I can't think of it. Anyway, you might have wished it into existence, is what I'm saying.
Oh no, no.
So look, I would have expected him to be. And Marcel tweeted out today, and I've sent him the link. Actually, let me just double check that I actually sent the link. Now, the link is sent to Marcel on Twitter. So, you had your chance, you blew it. Yeah, Marcel. To be honest, at this point, if you enter the StreamYard link, I probably won't even add you. Just remove you from the stream. Very disappointing. Big Greg and I was here. One of the four went over the edge. Scoop. I guess he's talking about. All right. Hey, Robbie, did you see the video? Our good buddy, your good buddy in particular, because you game with him and stuff. Game with an M, not gay with him. It's not Robbie's boyfriend. Jeff Yapunsich.
He DM'd it to me. The one that says you'll never look at the Red Hot Chili Peppers same. He DM'd it to me 2 to 3 weeks ago, and I ignored it. And
Did you?
no, yeah, I haven't seen it still, and I'm
Oh,
not.
fuck
Because there's a
you.
small part of me that actually thinks, what if they ruin my favorite band for me? And then So no,
All right,
I'm sorry, Jeff. You're a great guy. I will never watch that video.
You know what? That's fair because, in all honesty, I think it would kill the chili peppers for you. I couldn't believe it.
And if you ever pull it up, I will leave.
No,
I
I'm
will
not.
just
I'm not.
close
No,
out.
I'm not. I'm honestly not going to do it to you. But yeah, the one I saw was under the bridge with the one of those chickens. One of those chickens that goes.
Okay, that's.
Wait, is that the real Vince Russo?
I don't know. But...
This cannot be the real Vince Russo.
Who's Vince Russo? Sorry.
No fucking chance. That's fair dinkum, bro. There's no way that's the real Vince Russo. But thanks for checking. Vince Russo was a writer for the. I know you hate wrestling, Robbie. Vince Russo was a writer for the WWE.
I never said I hate wrestling. I said I'm not a fan of wrestling.
All right, fair enough. In the late 90s when Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, all of that like exploded, Vince Russo was the head writer for the WWE at the time. And that's when I fell in love with wrestling personally.
Was it the late 90s or early 90s?
Late 90s, 98.
That was
99.
the only time I was ever into wrestling. So,
well, there you go. So you're a fan of Vince Russo's writing.
Yeah.
He is. Yeah, he's phenomenal. And I appeared once on Vince's podcast.
Wow.
What is it? Channel Attitude, Russo's brand. Anyway, Vince is great. Vince is great. He gets a lot of shit. Costs a lot of shit from people that don't like his style of wrestling writing, I guess. Thank you, bro. Definitely not the real Vince. Emphasizing the bro is would not be Vince Russo, I don't think. But anyway, that's great. Now, Robbie, we still don't have Jay Scoop, and like we've got our topic today is the new documentary. I'm calling it a Netflix documentary, but like I think it's on HBO in the US.
On the Max. HBO in America. I don't know where else, if anywhere else, but they changed their branding so that it's like HBO Productions. But if you were to type in HBO app, you could download this HBO app, but then it would send you to download the Max app because they've rebranded as Max.
Okay.
Yeah, it's so stupid. It's the second worst rebrand of 2023.
But yeah, it's called Last Stop Larrimah. Mm-hmm. And when I read it, I said Last Stop Larrimah, but then I watched it, and then I heard the way they pronounced it. He's here. Fucking A, Scoop.
Thank Jesus.
Hey, Scoop. The man, he must be in a bunker this week. Oh, and Marcel's here. Isn't that brilliant?
Boy. What a...
Scoop, you there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you in a bunker this week?
No, I was expecting Marcel to be in here already because I had a plan.
Oh, okay. Well, Marcel's here now. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the legendary two-time caller of the Millennium, Marcel. Is it Myrick?
Yes. Yes, it is Marcel Myrick. You can find me on socials at mmyrick29 on X, formerly known as Twitter. You can also on Facebook, Instagram, and Threads. It's going to be at Marcel Myrick today. Also, my podcast, The Morning News Headlines, is available 5 days a week. And of course, on Facebook Live will take place on Friday mornings on whatever you get your favorite podcasting platform or application to choose from. It's the way it is. So, the Aussie guy, Robbie, the Mariners fan, Jay Scoop, and all of you via the internet, greetings all. Great to see you.
Okay, so great to see you, Marcel.
We got a problem. We got feedback on your end, Marcel.
Uh-oh, what?
Yeah,
what do you say?
Everything we say is coming back to us through your speakers. Do you have headphones?
Well, believe it or not, I'm using the non-headphones, earbuds thingy. That's because I have the laptop speakers on it as well.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem.
Whoa. Whoa, slow down, buddy. Slow down.
How about this?
No need to worry.
No, it's all right. I'll deal with hearing myself say things twice.
Okay.
I've got a question for you.
You bet.
I got a question.
Go ahead, the Aussie guy. I'm listening.
Okay, so why do you do a land recognition to a Native American tribe when you start your morning podcast? Whose idea was that? That's what I'm curious about.
Well, Robbie, that's a very good question. I'm coming to you live, just like you, for the Australian people, and as well as our neighbors of the north, representing the indigenous and Native American, the indigenous names of all those who have been respected to elders, and pay all of them, past, present, and emerging. But I had to say this for you. I'm coming to you each and every weekday morning when I start the podcast from Lenahumpking, otherwise known as New York and New Jersey, on the lands of the Lenahumpking, or even Lenape people. And the Aussie guy himself, I think you have the indigenous name for the city of Perth and the great state of WA. What I have to say for you, buddy, what is the name of the indigenous known for your home city and the great state of Western Australia?
That's I probably should know this better. I believe Western Australian Aboriginals are called Noongas, but I don't know the name for Perth.
Perth?
Yeah, I don't know. Do you have it? Did you research it?
I had never been searching on Google for the indigenous name for the city of Perth. How about you, Robbie? What?
It's the Kalapuians.
What? Oh, you said the Kalpulians?
Yeah.
Oh, I have to say for you, the Aussie guy, that Aussie guy on Twitter, your name for the city of Perth, representing WA, is Kalpulians, and so where you guys are home of the Perth Wildcats and the Perth soccer and cricket games or something, etc.
No, and we an ongoing issue on this show is Australian athlete and what America's knowledge are. Who is your favourite Australian athlete of all time?
Oh, I have to say, representing my ambassadors, Brisbane Bullets, on the lands of the Yagara and Turrbal, Queensland, Mission, Brisbane, Aaron Baines. And the second one is Nathan Sobey, too. That's right.
Brilliant. You nailed it. I love that. Thanks for joining us, Marcel. We can't do this feedback anymore.
Oh,
wait, one second, Aussie guy. This is your producer, Robert. We got Blair and Aaron on line one.
Uh-oh. The devil himself.
Yeah, bring it in, man.
He's a Blair hater, the Aussie guy. And I tell you what, he is my total enemy. So, do yourself a favors. We don't trust Blair. I'm a Blair hater, people, and that's final.
Aussie, I can't put Blair through unless you turn off your camera, if you know what I mean. So anyway, that's the only way I can patch him through.
Did someone got Blair on that? Someone put Blair on the speaker or even on the phone or audio something camera, etc. I don't know what.
I don't know what's going on. Yeah. We're gonna remove Jace because he's offending Marcel.
Hey, where'd J Scoop go?
All right, he's back. I don't know what your obedience do.
What is going on?
What's going on?
Yeah.
I don't know. The producer was trying to put Blair through from line one. That's what I heard. But you were supposed to turn off your camera so that he could be patched through. But whatever.
All right, Marcel.
I think let me say this. I have to tell you what, J Scoop. I think it's going to be Blair for some technical difficulties instead.
Yeah, you're right.
What are your Marcel? What are your thoughts on the Russian war with Ukraine?
Oh, come on already! I have to say, the Blair Putin.
Robbie, don't be silly.
Why do you? Okay.
Go ahead, the Aussie guy. I'm listening.
No, I was just telling Robbie not to be a silly cunt.
Yeah. Wait. All right, the Aussie guy. Crew,
Marcel,
let me break it.
Can you do all your plugs and head out because I'm going to get ridiculed across the internet because of this.
Oh, I had to say.
The repeating back of the audio is disastrous.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I'll go get some earphones. I'll go get some headphones. I'll be right back. Don't touch that dial.
All right, Marcel. Oh, guess I'll mute. How the fuck do I mute Marcel? Robbie did it. Thank you, Robbie. Oh, Jesus Christ.
What a fucking shit show.
Dude, you blew the plan, man.
I was too disoriented with hearing my own voice.
No, it wasn't you. It was Ozzy.
This might be on the next Get My Go episode, 100%. This is insane. Rib band. Marcel has Robbie and Ozzy's audio echoing while his is perfect audio. Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
Let's see if this works.
All right, he's using headphones. No, they're not connected.
All right, though. Let's see how this.
Yeah, no. I'm not running a StreamYard tutorial.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, Marcel.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay, the Aussie guy. I put it on Spreaker with the mic in it. That's according to my laptop there. Last time on the podcast, it could be so much of the editing stuff, or last year on the podcast. I do understand you put me in the editing stuff on my old tablets, but all those etc. Yeah. This is good. This is distress. This is very distressing.
I'm sorry, I couldn't take it. I removed them.
Yeah, Marcel, dude, I'm sorry. Like, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, I feel bad, but I haven't.
No, I'll bring you back. I'll bring you back. Hit your plugs, and then it's done. All right. Okay,
All right. I'm back. That's all. The Aussie guy. All right. Good to be back. Oh, the Robbie fan. Robbie's the Mariners fan. You got X?
Yes.
Put on StreamYard just like mine. It's going to be at mmark29. At that Aussie guy as well. And J Scoop, you got X?
Yes, sir.
Put that on the StreamYard as well if you.
All right, Marcel. The point was to plug what you want where people want you to find you, and then you're gonna be gone. So try that again. Just hit everyone with your plugs where they can find you, and then you're done.
Okay. So here goes nothing.
Let's see if the point got through.
Oh, that's because of the earphones and the earbuds.
It's a problem.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah, just putting them on your head doesn't necessarily make them work. Plug them in and connect to them.
Oh, yeah.
No.
That's not going to work. I'm so sorry. That Aussie.
Right. Just hit your plugs, and then we can move on.
Yeah. But I have the speaker and the mic located on the laptop. Sooner or later, I will get some earbuds, so I will definitely connect with you. And Ross Dog's Broken Spirit says, "Oh my."
Yeah.
Mike Production says, "Come on, Marcel." I try there, Mike.
Yeah, Mike is a audio Nazi, and this is offending him right now. So it's time to go, Marcel. Thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you next time.
Oh.
You can just go ahead and leave studio, Marcel. We're not bringing you back now. That's over. My ears feel better now. Just eliminating him from the studio, my ears feel better. That's insane. Every time we have Marcel, there's some sort of a fuck up.
How did Ben get him on? Like for 40 minutes on a podcast, and I don't know, maybe we were too harsh to David Gascon.
He's like a walking EMP device or of some kind. You know, he just enters a room and starts fucking shit up with technology. Man, I was trying. I was like, okay, I don't think I have to message Ozzy this idea I just came up with on the fly right now. I'm gonna come in. I'm not gonna show my face, so I can pretend to be the producer, and I'm gonna throw it over that Blair's on line 1. But hey, Ozzy, you got to turn off your camera for it, Mr. Impersonator. You got to turn your camera off. Sorry. Okay, now Blair and Maine. You were supposed to do your on the fly Blair and Maine impression.
I did. Sorry, was it unclear to you that it was hard to focus when everything I said was echoing back to me?
Are you asking me if it was unclear for me to know when it was unclear, if it was unclear?
Yeah, exactly.
It was fucking crazy. And it was getting worse. It seemed like it got longer, the delay.
Yeah. I know, it was getting wet. Marcel, we're not adding you back. Sorry, dude. Like, thanks for coming. We appreciate you, but you're not coming back on the show. Sorry. You had your chance, you blew it. So, did I already do that once? Maybe I did. Maybe I did that off air. But anyway, we have a.
You do realize he's in the backstage right
now.
No,
that's why I said to him, we're not letting you back on the show.
I know, but yeah, it's true. But like, this is. Well, he has a.
Well, don't be distracted by it, Marcel. You can sit there and watch the show live in the StreamYard link. That's fine, but you're not coming back on the show. So if you just want to go do what you want to do, then go for it. We'll just hit the chat. This is a bit old, but Mike Dermott says you don't have to yell, Marcel. Yes, that is correct. He also says, thank you, Dean. Kayfabe on the name, Mike. I'm the Aussie guy, right? Get it right. Ross Dog's Broken Spirit was a friend of ours we got a few weeks ago from a Discord link dump. You were great, Marcel. Well, thank you, Ross Dogs. There you go, Marcel. I assume you can hear all this. So, congratulations. How do you make your shirts look so white? No, we can't bring one as that. Why did I click on
that? Don't click on the next one. Don't click on the next one.
Oh no, we definitely Aussie. No, we're definitely. I definitely am. Please refer to episodes. Get My Go episodes 1 to 86 for audio advice. That is correct. No, definitely. I agree with this. Marcel, head on over to Bedabbling Live, Bedabbler stream with El Hooray Below, episode 55. Feeling retarded. Head on over there. Those guys, I think, would love it. You can call into that show. I know you love phone calls, Marcel. Call in to Bedabbling Live. They do have a call-in line. So, good job, Ross Dogs.
But if he follows the advice that Mike Durbin gave him, then his audio will become monumental.
That's correct. Huge and monumental. Yes. Hold on. We got did we figure out who this was? The old YCTDOTV?
It's something that you can do to TV. I don't know. I never seen this person's handle before.
Doesn't Marcel know a bunch about radio? He should understand feedback. Yeah. Look, I mean, Marcel, you're gonna make me uncomfortable of just like leaving you sit there. Can you like? Anyway, you're not coming back on the show, Marcel. Just to be clear.
That's E, the
It's
NBA
E.
fan. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Great to see you. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Excellent. Great to have you. Big Greg clarified as well. So we've got Bang. E clarified who he was, but then Big Greg followed up and just reminded us. So thanks, Big Greg. So J Scoop, you gave us the whole focus of this show. I woke up at 4 a.m. this morning to watch this thing before my kids woke up. I say good call, J Scoop. Good call.
Yeah?
So why don't you let everybody? You've watched it, I assume. Robbie said he watched it. You watched it, correct? Yeah.
Yeah.
J Scoop, let us know. Marcel, you haven't watched this documentary. I'm about to let Scoop lead it. You haven't watched this. You can't contribute to the segment. Your segment's done. It's over. All right. Just leave studio. Please leave the studio. Thank you.
No, I kicked him out. He'll be back.
Oh, you can do that. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. So well done, Robbie. That's why I gave you co-hosting duties so you can figure shit like this out. Scoop, let everyone know what the fucking idea was. It's in the title of the episode, but explain where the idea came.
Yeah, well, I saw on Netflix in Ukraine the show. Was it Last Stop Larrimah? Is it Last Stop?
Yeah.
And anyways, it was this documentary. I was like, oh, I wonder what that's about. Looks like something, one of those documentaries they keep pumping out about some kind of murder or missing something. And then all of a sudden, I hear in the preview the thick ass Australian accent. I'm like, oh fuck no, dude. I need to check this out. If this is even remotely good, this has to be like a book report or something. And so then I jump in there, and sure enough, like only like a couple minutes in, and I already had heard about cricket. They're cracking tinnies and dropping them back, and then they told me to go fuck myself, and I was disappointed about that because I was expecting cunt, but we did get that later on. But I immediately stopped and I messaged you guys. I said, you guys have to watch this. We have to break it down, and if nothing else, Ozzy, hey, have you heard of this place? How are these people compared to the people in your area? Because you're way out west. This is, what is it, Northwest Territory,
yeah,
or Northern Territory.
No, it was the Northern Territory, but it's pretty much close to the dead center of Australia, which is pretty barren and desert like. But no, it was interesting. Look, to kick it all off, I guess the point is it's this tiny little town in outback Australia. That it's basically just a fuel stop for most people. You might stop for fuel, maybe a feed, but maybe a pie. Yeah, we'll get onto that. But as the cars have evolved and you get better fuel economy and you've got larger fuel tanks and all that, people don't necessarily need to stop in places like Larrimah anymore. And I've stayed at a place like Larrimah, and I can discuss that later on. It's very interesting to have such a small town. It's like, what was it? 11 people. 11 people lived in this town. So the premise of the documentary, 11 people lived in a town. One of them goes missing, ends up being presumed murdered, and all 10 of the other residents are suspects in this potential murder. It is bonkers, out of control. This is a whack pack of fucking people in one little town. Robbie, I'll throw
everybody's doing this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Robbie, I'll throw over to you with your initial thoughts of Last Stop Larrimah.
So I would just say for Scoop, who's saying like they're all pointing, there was that, but there was also this for like 7 of the 10. It was like, fuck, we all hated him. What are you gonna do? Good riddance.
Yeah.
And then, like, it was just bonkers. The thing that got me was obviously when you make a documentary, not that I would know, but they can make anyone look innocent or guilty depending on who they want to. So who knows? Like, it seemed like the only two people that I didn't think had any like chance of killing him, or three, were that couple and that guy in a blue shirt. But the guy who had like the overbite, maybe, who was like, hell, I might be the last one here or something.
Yeah.
Then
we should have taken notes for their names and shit.
That's what I was like,
I
that
know.
guy, and then the guy.
I will say, from
I think
early on, I was like, oh, it has to be Owen, the guy who comes in later and is like the farmhand for
and the only one that wasn't interviewed.
Yeah, exactly. That was weird. Was like,
yeah.
So I'm pretty confident. There's only two scenarios. Well, there's three.
You're pretty confident.
Yeah,
After watching the entire documentary, you're pretty confident it was him, are you?
No, not just him. I don't think it's just him. Obviously, that's part of it. I am 85% sure that woman was in on it. She has heavy sociopathic tendencies. So even though she, like, most of the time, she was really good at lying, and maybe she's even convinced herself she had nothing to do with it. There was a couple times where she let it slip when she was interviewed, like when she was responding about telling about how all the cops came and did like a search of the car and a search of the house, and she was chuckling, and they didn't find anything, and like almost like they didn't find anything, we got away with it situation.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
She was like, and they looked and looked and looked, and guess what? I'm still here, and they didn't find anything. And it was she said it in a way I'm having a hard time conveying, in a way like it was pretty much like it was. Oh, that's just mean, Christopher Rodriguez. Anyway.
It sounds like it was a review done by a guy who read a review for someone else who watched the movie after reading the book.
I mean, he's not
Her
wrong.
name is Fran, Robbie. Her name is Fran.
Oh, that's true.
She talks like,
I don't know, like Sharon Osbourne or.
Yeah, I know.
I just want to bring this one up, just sticking with his incessant need to let me know his Australian knowledge. The Aussie guy's babysitter was Bradley John Murdoch. Yes, that man, I believe, was convicted. I'm not 100% sure, but there was.
The guy who owns Fox News.
No, that's Rupert Murdoch. But well done, good pull.
Okay.
Bradley John Murdoch, I believe he's convicted. I'm not sure, but he's certainly the number one suspect in backpacker murders in the Northern Territory. So similar area. I think Wolf Creek was kind of loosely based on that.
I to sum it up though, this is like Tiger King, except if you get rid of all the animal rights part of that documentary and just focused on, did the bitch do it or was it somebody else? Because Fran is definitely a bitch, and the guy she probably murdered wasn't a good dude either.
Yeah.
But in the end, you feel like you feel more sympathetic to Patty, the guy that got murdered, than you do Fran. So it has heavy Tiger King tendencies. And yeah, the only other options are aliens, or he had a heart attack, but then like he had a dog with him. That's just what's so weird.
The dog disappeared as well. That's kind of, and that,
like, everyone's saying, oh, Owen must have hit the guy in the head, Patty in the head with a hammer and killed him, because that's what the audio picked up with him doing like a self-confession situation.
Yeah,
people hear the dog like freaking out. You can't kill a dog.
The point, Robbie, did you watch this documentary? Did you not watch this documentary? The reason Owen was angry is because the dog was annoying the fuck out of him. Like, that was the point.
Yeah, I know. But when people think it's weird if a dog's like freaking out at 9 or 10 at night because his owner just got hit in the fucking face with a hammer?
No, the point is the dog got fucking killed first, you idiots.
And then he came over to
Patty
defend
lost his fucking mind.
Yeah, but then wouldn't Patty be yelling?
Yeah, for a minute until he gets a claw hammer to the face.
Yeah, but it's such a small town, and those walls look so thin.
Hammer to the face.
They wouldn't. Oh yeah, that was so weird.
Yeah, that was. I love that Robbie just fucking.
I killerated him. I killerated him.
Killerated.
Yeah, I'm gonna start using that phrase. Killerated.
The word of the day. But yeah, Robbie just blows his load, jumps to the end. Yeah.
Yeah, he did the Cliff Notes for sure on this.
Robbie, anybody that's watched that documentary all went, looks like Owen did it.
Yep.
And then you find out at the end. But they did a great job of planting the seeds of doubt for so long, you know what I mean? In terms of, this guy had a fucking shotgun and he's got a crocodile. You can easily get rid of a body if you get a crocodile, and all that shit.
Can I add a pet peeve? One of them was doing the old oh well, so that pissed me off or I hate him, but for that to happen to him, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. I hate that fucking line because there's plenty of enemies out there that I would wish these random things, the worst things ever too. If they're bad enough, fucking give it to them. I just don't truly believe if they really hated that guy that they wouldn't wish that on that enemy.
That's my mini daughters.
That's my mini J Scoop rage.
I implied that they thought it was funny that they were like, yeah, it's funny that she got accused of it. Almost like, yeah, it's funny because we could completely see her doing that was the way it came across to me, which is very,
So the entire, pretty much, not the first half, but close to the first half was pretty much looking at Fran, you know what I mean? The one that I didn't do it. Her homemade pies. Now let me tell you something, right? This is one thing that came out of this, the meat
I really
pie.
Want a meat pie now.
Meat pie is something very Australian, I believe.
They're big in Seattle.
Are they? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, you got mincemeat gravy in fucking pastry. Over the years, it's got really creative and more interesting. Like the other day, I had a steak, bacon, cheese pie. You know what I mean? Fucking phenomenal. But anyway, point being, looking at those pies, they looked garbage to me. What she was putting together, that looked like an absolute mess.
It looked like a gas station burrito level burrito.
Yeah, that was.
When you think of a burrito and then you see a gas station level burrito, that was the equivalent.
When Patty was doing the whole getting Barry to, it was Barry or Brian? Fuck.
Barry,
who ran the pub. When Patty was getting Barry to do the pies at the pub and said, "Yeah, the best pies in Larrimah," I agree. I believe it.
They looked better
because they didn't show the pies from the pub. They showed the pies from Fran, and they looked like dog shit. So
the son who's currently running that is like, don't fucking do this, man. I don't need this pub. That's how it used.
Are we sure that son wasn't a transplant from Portland? He looks like every non-tweaker that lives in Portland.
They had one still shot of him, and you instantly branded him.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Before Owen popped up, I thought him. He was the one I thought before Owen popped up, because clearly it had to have something to do with Fran. Like, at the end of the day, it had to have something. And she was an insufferable cunt. There is no doubt about that. And just ugly disgrace of a woman. With this crime stuff, like, there's always the thing. It's like, what is it? It's motive means opportunity. And this was the thing, as you go around everybody, everyone had two. Nobody really had three. You know what I mean? Like Fran, she had the motive and she had the mean and the opportunity. Didn't really have the means. She's fucking 70, big fat fuck. You know what I mean? Like, She's not going to be able to make this cunt disappear. But then, like, when you switch over to Barry, it's like, well, he's got the means and the opportunity. He doesn't really have a motive. Like, why would he want to kill Patty? You know, for that. So it was just going through each one. Like, everyone seemed to have 2 of the 3 of means, motive, and opportunity, but nobody really had the 3 except Owen. Owen. Fucking Owen.
And it's kind of funny because it's like the Fran is like the mama from the train.
Yeah.
Owen, murder that bitch. Oh man, yeah, she's and then that interview that they did with her back in the day where she's just basically digging holes for later on that she's gonna fall into.
Didn't she say
It's
something
all
like
kinds
the
of
effect of like
incriminating stuff.
everyone get like I'd kill him if I could or something in one.
Yeah.
And then another one she's like, well, he'll get his eventually. We all plan something or something like that. It's like, what the fuck is going on here?
It was almost
Why
like
don't you just say in
if
15 years tops, I will murder this fucker. Like
it'd be like if OJ came out with if I did it before he murdered them.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, speaking of that, well, actually, no, I've got a couple other things I want to touch on before getting to the crescendo. Although, like, Robbie blew his load early, we'll get to the crescendo. But a couple of things that were just humorous to me. Like, first of all of the other bonkers shit going on in that town outside of Patty disappearing, like the fucking burning down the what was it? What was that
like
called?
It was a hotel, a zoo.
A zoo. It had a swimming pool and all that, but I forget the name of it. Was it Cape something or fuck? Should have written notes.
Yeah,
my bad, folks. But anyway,
my bad,
the burning down of,
but didn't want to get up.
The taking over the pub. Didn't they say in the beginning he got the pub for a carton of beer or something?
Yeah. Something for almost nothing.
Yeah. And then they're like, yeah, Patty, he was a fire starter or some slang. It's like,
yes.
Wait, so you're saying he's a pyromaniac? That's what you're saying. He's like, yeah, he just like to start fires occasionally, you know? And he's the guy who said it completely normal, as if, yeah, everyone likes to start a fire occasionally for no fucking reason.
Yeah. Well, no, because I think he had beef with the fire department. The 2 people that are in the fire department, this 11-person town, he would go light fires just to make him work for the fucking day. Like, to me, that's funny. I found Patty funny.
Go to firefighters, they're going to put out a fucking fire.
Jeff Yapunsich, he finally, holy shit, I finally caught alive. Thanks for joining us, man. One of the great supporters of me and us. Dude, like, he supported
Scoop.
Scoop.
Up with me when I play Halo with him is he should get like some sort of Mother Teresa award or something. I am awful at that game.
Jeff's the same, man. Like, he's like saying, I'm coming up on 5 years, I think, of Jeff supporting anything I do on podcasts, and he supported Scoop with the Ukraine effort, and we'll definitely talk about that and plug that later. And of course, Robbie, he supports you by letting you ruin his fucking computer game. I
think we're 1 in like 11 when I play with him in matches. It's not great.
We're going to talk NFL later and fantasy, and I'm fucking fuming. But we're on topic at the moment. Stop Larrimah. I found Patty hilarious in terms of, like, he was
dead, and he was still hilarious.
I know, but he was a shitbag, an absolute shitbag. And when they said, like, Patty will tell it like it is, and Patty's a shit stirrer and a joker, and that, I was like, I kind of see myself in this, like, as in, if there's a fucking pot to be stirred, I'll stir it. And if there's a comment to be made, I'll make it. And just my one major laugh out loud moment was when it was the, what was it, the donkey? I think it was a donkey, a roadkill donkey, and he cut the dick off it and threw it in Fran's yard. Like, and then, I'm pissed off at the fire department, so I'm going to light fires. Go fight some fires, you cunts. You know what I mean? Like that shit's, it's gross and horrible, but that's funny to me, you know? Like,
what the hell just happened to J. Scoop?
that's a worry. Maybe not. Surely he just
He made a
no,
face like
he.
what was that? And then he exited out.
Oh fuck! Are you serious?
I mean, didn't you see him like the squint? Like I was like, maybe he found cutting donkey penises off offensive or something.
Well, definitely not. Like,
Yeah, that's why I
fuck.
was like, that's weird. And then
I didn't notice his facial expression before he left.
I definitely noticed this isn't a hindsight thing.
Oh, fuck. Well, I hope he's back soon. Because he didn't. I mean, I guess you can't take you out. You take yourself out of the. Like, you can't take yourself backstage, I don't think.
You could if you exit out of the window, or if the power goes out or something.
No, in terms of, I think if you're a guest, unless the host take you backstage, put you backstage, you have to leave studio to get off screen. So, fuck. Oh, I hope Scoot's back soon. It's going to take the fun away from the rest of this now, though, because we're concerned.
Yeah.
Why does Scoop have to like have so much fucking valor and all that shit? Why can't he just go back to America and be a useless slob like you and I?
Yeah.
Fuck. All right. Any other?
Focus.
Yeah, this sucks.
I've got a bad feeling on this one.
Yeah, I agree. We've got a comment from Jeff. Hopefully, the biggest joke of the day is Robbie's hat. Ooh,
oh, fuck you! They're great at football. We're a baseball powerhouse.
Well done,
Jeff.
Yeah,
they are good now.
Start peppering in. Start peppering in some Beaver hate. The only Beaver Robbie will go after and protect is the Oregon State Beavers. Not interested in any other Beaver, are you, Robbie?
What? That's fake news.
That's where you're supposed to pay attention.
No, I said that's fake news. I heard what you said.
Okay. All right. But you were like, what? Are you messaging Scoop or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's also someone texted me if I bet Utah today, and I said I would have, but Oregon and Kate Brown won't let us bet college football because this godforsaken state is like, you can bet amateur sports, you can bet pro sports, but you can't bet college sports, even though Caleb Williams is making $5 million this year in college, because they're not technically pros, and we want to uphold the sanctity of the student athletes.
Student athletes. Very good, Paul. But is it college sports, amateur sports?
We're talking Oregon, USA. Nothing fucking makes sense. I bet on the World Juniors last year, which is you have to be 17 or under to play, and it's a hockey like the World Cup of hockey for 17 and unders. That was completely legal to bet on DraftKings. But if you go on DraftKings and you're in Oregon, it detects your location and it won't let you bet college. You can bet on 17-year-olds playing hockey, but you can't bet college.
Fair enough. The thing with Oregon is we didn't have any pro sports teams besides you meant the Jailblazers, yeah. That's when
half the team got arrested one year.
I was gonna say that's when Chris Webber went there, right? Because Chris Webber had
it was Rasheed Wallace, Bonzi Wells, the other O'Neal who ended up becoming actually pretty good later on. Not Shaquille O'Neal, but
Jermaine.
Yeah, Jermaine O'Neal was on there. Who was the other guy that Zach Randolph got arrested a couple times? That's before he cooled off and went to Memphis. Zach Randolph was always getting in gang shit when he was. Damon Stoudemire got arrested once and used his playing card as his ID, a trading card, I believe. And that was all 1 year.
No, but my point is Chris Webber got traded, I think, from Sacramento.
No, I don't think he played for the Blazers. Scottie Pippen played for the Blazers for a bit.
Jeff Japancic. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sure. Or Scoop, if you know.
Hang on.
No, don't mute it.
Yeah, keep it going. We can clip this.
What?
We can clip the air raid
What's going
siren
on?
and get sympathy from people.
What do you think's going on?
Well, it was a rhetorical question. Like, you cut out. I was worried what was going on. Like, besides the fact, you know.
They've just been stepping up the incoming, around here. So
I thought they don't shoot at Kyiv very often. Am I wrong about that?
you're wrong about that. But usually they go like through lulls, because they know the majority of the time it's not gonna come through, and it's not just the rockets and whatever, but the drones will be surfing around the Ukraine different spots, and so anyways you'll get like these notifications that'll say, hey, this is coming here, this is coming there. But like one hit last night, it hit, and then a minute later the notification went for it. It was just like, fuck.
Oh, you shouldn't.
It's just another it's like, well, we have all this technology, but guess what, it's not gonna work every single time.
So it's like
it might just hit you.
We'll have like a 9.0 earthquake. Everything will be gone, and then like it'll be like 30 seconds later, major earthquake incoming. Take shelter down. It's like, well, I'm crushed under this building, but yeah. Thanks.
No, good. Well done retelling the joke, Robbie. That was good.
Shut up.
But you just made it about
that
Oregon.
Actually happened. You're such an asshole.
If there was a draft,
Big Greg, I know that.
Go back. If there was a draft in the United States, they wouldn't take Robbie.
Guns, though.
Stick to Call of Duty, bro. I don't even think you should stick to Call of Duty. And
no, I'm better Call of Duty than I am Halo.
Of course, if there was a draft, you think they're going anywhere near this big fat fuck?
You're missing the point of his usefulness. He can block.
Oh yeah, Operation Get Behind the Darkies
so
or Get Behind
like
the
I'm
Ginger.
A fat meat shield like in Judge Dredd or something. What the fuck?
And it might even repel. It was just like,
yeah.
So you're calling me the Blob from the X-Men comics of the 90s?
I'm just saying, harness your fucking power, mister.
Yeah.
What is it? The Spider-Man line? The powers of responsibility, whatever.
Yeah. Start taking bullets.
This is the upset of the century. Forget like whatever war upset you ever want to see. The fact he spelled that correctly, Kyiv, is remarkable.
Kyiv is the capital primary target, Robbie.
Jokes on you. He was trying to spell like Iran or something.
Yeah. Oh, who's not got their phone on? Oh, that'd be Scoop, probably.
Yeah, because I had the alert. Sorry.
Robbie and Big Greg and I, Robbie and myself, the meat shield. Yes.
Shield.
Yeah. Did I mispronounce the L? Sorry, did I not hit the L?
What? No, I was saying he said the meat shield. I was like, it would be shields with an S.
Oh, shields. Oh. Yeah. No, if you link arms and you're one thing.
Wouldn't that be like more like a blockade then?
Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, sure. Why not?
A fulcrum.
We got the closing analysis of Last Stop.
What about that? The guy could have been in the meat pies served to the people.
That was a good angle. That was
that would have been hilarious.
The guy that put the note on the sign, like fuck.
Oh, now, what was it? Jack? No, it was.
Yeah, I've forgotten the reference now. But basically, yeah. Anyway, fuck.
What's the opera where the guy kills people with blades? And it was a movie with Johnny Depp. Edward Scissorhands, wasn't it that what they said?
No. It's like, wasn't it like Sweeney Todd or...
That's what Sweeney Todd is.
Yeah, but how did Edward Scissorhands come into this?
Because that's the main character of Sweeney Todd.
Oh,
I'm confused.
You're killing
so
me.
am I.
When did Edward Scissorhands become about putting dead bodies into food?
Yeah, I don't know. I thought.
So
I'm
how
very
about? I mean, okay, the one guy had cancer, and the other guy had cancer in the past with his tongue. But man, those bony ass bodies with barely skin holding it together, those skeletons.
Well, yeah,
I was shocked that in the epilogue it didn't say that the guy with half the tongue did
Billy Light.
Billy
Light.
Yeah, Billy.
Like Billy. Like
Barry
Billy
dying, that
Light.
wasn't surprising, but Billy being alive, that was an upset.
I love at the end that he said he still loves Fran. I still love Fran. Even though he's like, yeah, I pretty much... Wait, hang on. I live here because they chance to see me because he fucking hates me.
And I knocked him out one time, too. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
You would knock yourself out trying to swing. Yeah, that guy, he's just he was living adjacent to her, and now they're on good terms, so he's getting to live probably a little bit better, and so yeah, that's the only reason why he loves her.
Yeah. Big question out of it. Would you fuck anyone in the town?
What?
I mean, I do wonder what that one lady, the couple, looked like when she was younger.
Yes, fuck. We should have written notes for names. Now there was one that I would do, and it was
like Barb or something.
Yeah, the youngest looking woman, basically. I wish I don't like short hair.
There's two. The detective.
Robbie's going two. Robbie's banging Fran.
Detective.
Robbie is nailing Fran. Oh, no, that doesn't count. We're talking people of Larrimah.
The ABC 7 person.
No, we're talking the people of Larrimah. Not
You said in the documentary.
The reporter
in
was
town.
pretty hot.
Oh, that's Zero.
No, the woman with short hair. She had decent pair of tits.
The only one that was sub 60, possibly.
Too old.
Exactly.
Possibly. Keyword possibly.
Oh, man.
Just back. Happy Veterans Day to Scoop. It's a Veterans Day.
Yes, sir.
Oh, it was. Oh, fuck. I wasn't silent at 11/11 because it's now the 12th for me. So, yeah, I forgot it was the 11th.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, happy Veterans Day to Scoop. Don't take it off the screen. I'm trying to fucking read. Happy Veterans Day to Scoop. Thank you for your service and continued service to humanity. Big props putting your money where your mouth is.
Oh, well, you're welcome.
Well, some of that money was donated by you, Jeff, so thank you very much.
I thought he was, yeah.
And then, yes, Scoop is a bigger man than all of us, including Robbie. That's in terms of spirit, in terms of... Yes, correct.
Not spirit.
It's very few people that are smaller than Robbie. I mean, height-wise, sure, we all tower over him.
No, I'm 5'10".
5'10" is embarrassing.
Come on, man, I'm 5'10", you fucker.
Yeah, fuck you, Aussie guy, you...
No, you fucking cut me off before I said especially when I know your weight.
5'10" sideways.
6'1" if I lost with it. That's what doctor said. I'd gain at least 2 inches of height.
I'm 6'2", Robbie.
Good for you. Congrats.
I love how you're like, how tall are you? I'm 6'2". I'll give you congrats. Great. Fantastic. Any other thoughts on Last Stop Larrimah? The song that was what I wanted to say. Can you imagine, like, if I somehow murdered somebody and got away with it, right? Or was trying to get away with it? I cannot imagine just sitting in a room and going, I killed this guy and this is how I did it. You know what I mean?
Took a hammer and hit him in the fucking mouth. So
it's
demonic.
Like, OJ's like, I'm pretty sure Caitlin didn't hear nothing.
Yeah.
Like, come on, dude.
Turned her into a Pez dispenser. I mean, have you seen those photos? She looks like a fucking Pez dispenser afterwards.
Yeah, no. Yes, Robbie, we got the joke.
That may have been a bad word to use, like shocking sound.
No, anyway,
That's
yeah.
true.
But
That's true.
one of my big
My
fears,
secret weapon,
Robbie would kill
gravity.
someone just by sitting on them.
I can harness gravity like the best of them.
Except Robbie would take so long to like back up and get in position. You'd have time to get out.
No, you just gotta fall.
Yeah, but if you fall and you just land in front of the fucking couch or whatever,
no, I'd land on their fucking head.
You're just a retard
like
that fell through the floor, fell into
What?
the basement.
I never fell into the basement.
No, what I'm saying is you can't just fall.
I fell through a wall once, but that's different.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
What? I've told that story before.
Have you? Tell it again.
I think so. I was taking a load of laundry down, and this is like when I was 14, 15.
A load of laundry down. Is that what you call cum? Boom!
Jesus! No, you're not listening. I was taking a load of laundry down the stairs, because my mom was pissed off. I was pissed off that I was having to do everyone's laundry, and I tripped. So the stairs, they go down this way, and then there's a landing, and then they go down to the right. So I somehow trip, bounce off the right wall.
Oh, yeah.
Fly into the left wall on the bottom, knock out the wall, knock out the thing behind the wall like the wood. So there's this gaping hole into the like this crawl. I don't know what it was, like the just like innards of the house where you can see in there, and it was all dark. So we had to call somebody, and they had to like put like some sort of foam that like turns into the wall again. And to this day, my dad refuses to paint over where I fell because he wants to remind. He's like, that's a reminder how clumsy you fucking are. So if you go up my steps, there is a picture of my backside where the paint is they fixed the wall, but it looks like the outline of me if I falling into a wall.
Again, Robbie's dad. Open invite on the show.
It's not happening.
Please come on the show. That man is a funny man. That is great. I'm not painting it. I want you to be reminded that you are a fat.
Also, you didn't want to spend the money off of something I did, but still.
I got to see him, and I think he was shocked.
Yeah, he thought you were a painter.
Yeah, but I think he was shocked that I didn't look like beer drinking Brian or something. If he knew that I was from the show.
He said afterwards, he was like, "What? Some of you guys are normal." When he got home later, he was like, "I didn't expect." He thought we were all like a pack of freaks or something. It was wild.
Yeah, I wonder why you think people that hang around with you are a pack of freaks. Yeah. What have we got here?
What the fuck?
If my kid, fuck me. Hang on a second. My eyes are struggling. If my kid did that, I would invent a time machine and go back and cut my nuts off a year before he was born. Jesus. All right.
That's mean.
Seems excessive.
Exactly.
Robbie was practicing. Oh, yeah, for his killer, man. Yeah, exactly. Scoop did that joke. I think he got him first, but well done. Very good. All right. We'll wrap up. Last Stop Larrimah. What was the highlight, first of all, for you, J Scoop, out of Last Stop Larrimah?
Oh man, what was the highlight? Ooh, something really funny. Now, I didn't know you were going to ask me that question. Go to Robbie. Let me think for a second.
Robbie, what was your highlight?
Probably just that someone would be so stupid to do like a James Bond intervillain, like explaining the crime, but just explaining it to himself type thing. Yeah. Or we have this audio of him singing a song. It's like two strums and then him just talking about how he killed somebody. And it was like, who is he just talking out loud? Like, it was just
Oh yeah,
bizarre.
but it was
It was
recreated
almost funny.
too. So that was
Yeah.
weird. It's like, why are you gonna recreate something that's so weird like that? And I mean,
Yeah.
I would rather you just not have put that it was recreated. Just do me a solid, let me just pretend.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
the whole time I kept thinking there's some actor in some little booth going, and I took a claw hammer and killer-aided him.
Yeah. That was insane to me. Like it's like pulling up to a breathalyzer, you know, like a stop on the side of the road, and as the cop comes over to breathalyze you, you go, I've been drinking all day. You know what I mean? Like it's why are you announcing your crimes? Like bonkers. Raving Ninja, Get My Go fans, super chat, is that 10 million?
Yeah.
That's very funny because we can't receive super chats because we're not monetized. So very funny, Raving Ninja. But can we get a Brother Martin style prayer for closing off the show? I might do that.
I have no idea what that means.
I do. So that's fine. Well, I might close the show with a Brother Martin style prayer. It'll feel as equally as religious as Brother Martin's. For me, I'll give you a little bit more time to think, Scoop. For me. Just the beginning, there was a little bit of nostalgia for me in terms of like that film from like the 80s and early 90s and shit where there was that film. Like it did kind of take me back. Like I used to, particularly in the 80s. I was born in 83, and I know we went on a big like long West Australian road trip with my family when I was like 4 years old, and like tiny little towns like that were just a norm back then. You cruise through a bunch of them and you stop and you have the fucking meat pie from the local town or whatever. I mentioned earlier in the show, I stayed at a place. So I went to work on, I've briefly told a story about where I worked on a mine site that was like, it was just starting. Like we were setting up the camp and everything for people to work on this mine site. And so it was like a 3-hour drive from a Larrimah style place. You know what I mean? Like, so you had Port Hedland, which is like the most local city, I guess. It's not a city, but like a place that's got your proper, where the people of Larrimah would go drive to actually get food and do their shopping. That was Port Hedland. That was about 5 hours away from where we were, or 4 hours away. This little place called Pardue was this little servo. It's a service station, gas station that just had rooms where you like, this is as far as I can go for now. Like it's a long way to the next town. I'm going to stay here tonight. And I stayed at that place, and it just reminded me of that. You know what I mean? I spent a few days at this particular place just fucking drinking piss with my workmates and just living the work life. And that's what Larrimah felt to me. Like it was just like, it's this kind of truck driver town, I guess. And my granddad was a truck driver. He used to fucking drive the roads all through the fucking 70s and 80s and shit. That's what it was for me. Like I was watching it just going, this isn't what Australia is, but this is a part of what Australia is. Like it's a nice little window into the soul, I guess. That it did represent a fair bit of what Australia is. So that was it for me. Like I guess as an Australian watching it. Scoop, have you thought of something?
Yeah, well, I will say, right as Robbie started talking, I was like, oh, it'd probably be when the recording started, or and so once he said that, I was like, okay, I'll pick something else. And I'm kind of like tied. It's definitely the nostalgic part. I really liked how they talked about how the bar was when it was in its heyday. I was just picturing that like it was open 24 hours a day, and people would be stepping over bodies to get to the and just it was just like, what, like I know that would normally just seem like a shitty place, but for this little small town, I'm like, they all know each other, and then you got random people who are coming through and all that, and it just must have been fun. So I don't know, I like that, but I also liked when they were mentioning about the history of the I think it was bare knuckle, but the fighting with the tents that used to be all over, which I didn't know that was a big thing in Australia. I don't know why that surprises me that Australia would do something like that, but I enjoyed that they mentioned that, and then that they did us a solid by showing us a fucking knock the fuck out. Like, it was so awesome. Did you know about, like, was this all over Australia, or just maybe like certain corridors?
It was, I mean, for many years now, like a lot of my news, like I stopped watching the news and, you know, the shows that they were playing clips from, I stopped watching that many, many years ago. A lot of the news I get is pretty much from Twitter and Facebook and shit like that, social media. And a lot of my Twitter is American based. So no, I had no idea about this, but when people were popping up on the screen from news reports, I was like, oh, I know her. Oh, I know him. You know what I mean? Like, it was like, oh, this shit was being talked about nationally and I wasn't aware of it. But that's not unusual for me. But at the same time, my wife didn't know about it. Like, you know, it's one of those ones that kind of slipped under the radar, but it's a great story. And it's also not surprising that like 11 people just stuck together in an environment all start hating each other. You know what I mean? Like, that's not a surprise at all. You know, like if Big Brother went for 17 years or 30 years, all of those people would hate each other and someone would be murdered. Like, it's, you know, that's just how it is. But no, it was cool that there was genuinely all these different people could have possibly done it, and it was an interesting story. But yeah, I think we all got the same sense very early on as to who had potentially done it. But very good documentary, worth the watch. Last Stop Larrimah, Larrimah, I believe is how you spell Larrimah. It's a good watch. It's worth it. And yeah, Robbie described it a little bit like Tiger King, without the sort of animal shelter thing. But yeah, you know, there's meth addicted drunks and there's all kinds of chaos going on, just like Tiger King. I thought it was a good link. So no, good idea, Scoop. I'm glad we watched it. Glad I watched it this morning. So yeah. Let us know.
So we'll have to keep our eyes out for the next one. And any of you guys listening, if you come across a gem out there, like, definitely suggest it, and we can do. I don't know if you want to name this type of segment, but yeah, I think it's something we should definitely visit again. It was pretty fun, especially if it has to do with like Australia or Robbie's weight.
Yes, Robbie's weight. Robbie's homosexuality, all of that stuff. You still there, Robbie?
Yep.
All right. It looked like you hadn't moved for a while. I wasn't sure if that was due to your laziness or your screen freezing up. Laziness, I guess. Before we get out of here, we've got a little bit further along in the NFL season, and a few things have happened that may make you think better or worse about your team. But my first little piece of anger this week is fantasy football. I don't know I've ever experienced anything like it. My points against in our fantasy football league is insane. Literally, my opponents literally average 130 points a game. I had a game where I scored 158 and lost.
I just remember because I was like, well, I'm having a really bad year because, you know I can't pay as much attention and help fill the gaps where there's, problems this year because I'm kind of busy over here. But I also noticed that I'm facing a lot of people who are scoring high points. And so I looked, I'm like, I've got to be the guy who's got the highest points against. It's guaranteed.
Yeah.
And then
So
this isn't this week, but anyways, when I looked, it was probably 2 weeks ago. And I look, and sure as shit, Ozzy, who has a decent record and decent points. Like, I'm shitting the bed for the most part, but here he is, and he's getting crushed left and right. It's awesome.
I think I'm like the 5th highest scorer, and I'm below 500. And like well below 500, like 3 and 5 or 3 and 6, I think.
You are currently 6th in points scored, and not only are you number 1 in points against, you lead everyone by over 100. So Brad is at 1,061.36. So let's just say 1,061 points scored against him. You are at 1,163 points. That's more than 100 points more than anyone else. That's a whole week.
You could win a game by the difference between me and the next person.
Yes.
It's insane. And yeah, it's not like my team is like brilliant where I'm like the top scorer in the league. It's not very good. It's not that, but at the end of the day, yeah, the 6th highest scorer, and I'm like, what am I, Robbie? 3 and 6?
Yeah,
I'm like 3 and 6.
Well, for one, you need to swap out a bunch of your players on your bench before tomorrow.
Thanks, Robbie. Appreciate that.
You have Travis Etienne on your bench. What are you doing?
Because he was bye last week, so I just haven't.
Yeah, and he's not in a bye anymore.
I know, but I haven't got around to it. Have the game started?
Miles Sanders played yesterday, and you started him.
Did I?
3 points.
I always forget the Thursday night game.
I mean,
especially because it's different for me because I get up and go to work, and then I'm at work, and then fucking my phone dings. It's like, game started. I was like, fuck, you cunt.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
You also, I shouldn't be telling you any of this, but I don't give a fuck. People give me too much shit for what I do. All the sacrifices I do as commissioner of this league. Jamar Chase is 50-50 to play, so I don't know what 10 a.m. my time equals in your time, but you're going to want to check because you might have to swap out Drake London for Jamar Chase. Also,
thanks, Robbie.
You better check your team. You got dudes on bye starting your lineup.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking Saturday morning your time.
Yeah, I have my lineup set by.
We're 24 hours. No, literally, no, actually, not even 25 hours away. Well, 24 hours and 48 minutes away from games kicking off. You think I don't check my lineup on a Sunday, you fuckhead? I just forget Thursday. Fuck the Thursday game. Who gives a shit? You know what I mean?
Your fantasy team.
Stop with the Thursday games. I hate it.
Yeah,
it annoys me. But anyway, that was my bitch. Like, I'm getting dunked on in fantasy, and it's through no fault of my own, other than Robbie trying to destroy my management process of not checking my team till Sunday. A crazy person. Scoop, the Niners hit a little bit of a brick wall. Any thoughts? Have you been able to catch anything while you're in the UK?
I mean, obviously, we all knew at some point something was going to happen, but we didn't think they were going to rattle off 3 losses in a row. That was kind of fucked up. Of course, the first one was a perfect example of how good they are, or can be, because they shat the bed the whole game. And they still should have won. Just that rookie kicker fucking missed the kick. And if you do that bad and you still could have won, that says something, about the level of talent on your team. Then, from there, then the other 2 games were just, I don't know, it felt like a cascade of stuff. I know that Trent Williams being out and Debo definitely affects the team, but still, I mean, like these teams that they're losing to, it's not like they were incredible, like if they had faced Dallas, where this game was hyped up and it was like, but by the way, these players are out. It would have been like, okay, it wouldn't have been surprising if they lost. But Minnesota, I'm sorry. I mean, before Cousins got hurt, it still wasn't very impressive. They were having some really bad losses, and The Niners were rolling. It shouldn't happen. And I can't think of who was the other loss, but it doesn't matter. Like, you're not going to win every game, and I just wish it wouldn't have been 3 in a row that they lost. I wish the kicker had made that fucking kick. And so now Trevor Lawrence and them are playing them this week, and that's just a sneaky team, like they're definitely not a team I want to overlook. And luckily the Niners had a bye week coming into this, so there's no way they overlook this game. That's the game you're supposed to have over prepared for. So I'm hoping that they crush their hearts and dreams and get this rolling again. I'm not going to be concerned unless after this bye they continue to have these issues.
Yeah, and look, the good news for the Niners is the fact that, Seattle is a challenger in the division, and as well as Seattle can play at times, the Niners are clearly better than Seattle.
Seattle's playing like last year. They're playing out of their minds. Like they're the whole you are who we thought you were. Well, they haven't shown me who I think they are yet. I think that they're not that good, and just whatever. But I mean, at the end of the day, they've had a couple of wins where I'm like, how the fuck did they do that? And so I guess we'll see. At the end of the day, they might be better than what we thought. But it's just I hate being Geno Smith has never done anything bad to me, but because he's on the Seahawks, I feel this need to be like, yeah, but you really suck. So just go back to where you are. You're supposed to be. I feel bad that I'm doing that to him because it's a good story, that he stuck with it, and now he's starting and he's doing way better than he did any of his starts prior. Yeah,
no, I mean, does it say a lot for Pete Carroll in terms of his coaching?
It does.
I know Russell Wilson has turned it around in Denver and is actually
sort of
if you actually look at the numbers,
no, it's true.
Russell Wilson is playing quite well in Denver, but who would have expected Russell Wilson to be a top quarterback? And then when you see a guy like Geno Smith who just struggled, and then he gets to Seattle, and Pete Carroll's got something for him. I think there's a lot to be said for what Pete Carroll's done. But what I did just say about Russell Wilson in terms of, look, you look at the numbers, his numbers are better than Patrick Mahomes of late. But this is where I get frustrated, because it's the eyeball test and it's the scenario test. I listened to a lot of people this week tell me how great a game Dak Prescott played, and this is not on Dak Prescott that the Cowboys lost to the Eagles. And I'm like, how is it not? I'm sorry. Had multiple opportunities in the fourth quarter to score a touchdown and win the fucking game. And there was the fourth down where, all right, the throw was there, the catch was made. It was just, knee down early for Ferguson, who's turning into be a really good tight end. But then the defense makes a stop, and you get the ball back, and you get a short field, and you still can't get into the end zone. And then with fucking 30 seconds left or whatever, again, your defense has made a great stop and all that shit, and you get another chance, and you get down there, and you still can't score a touchdown to win it. I don't know. I'm sorry, but quit giving these quarterbacks fucking outs. This cunt is getting $40-odd million a year when there's players on that team that are far more valuable than him. You could swap out Dak Prescott for a rookie QB right now, and I think the Cowboys would be a similar team to what they are. I'm tired of people giving Dak Prescott excuses. This is garbage. He had multiple opportunities in the fourth quarter. Defense came up for him. Fuck him. It is time. The Cowboys need to draft a quarterback this year in the draft. They need to draft a quarterback and put pressure on him. I don't care if it's the fourth, fifth round, even if it's a Brock Purdy last pick of the draft. Draft a quarterback and put pressure on this
traded
cunt.
for one.
Well,
Trey Lance.
Come on, really?
That's
Sorry, I didn't mean to blow up your rant.
No. I that just goes to like I understood that trade in terms of if that goes down, Trey Lance is possibly a similar quarterback that could keep that offense going. But the more I watch the Cowboys, the more I'm just like, Dak doesn't have that. They all call it the clutch gene. He doesn't like, and I don't want to hear about fourth quarter drives to win a game, like because they don't factor in what the circumstances are. And the facts are, when Dak Prescott is playing against a good team where the game matters, he doesn't have it. He doesn't have that clutch gene to win the game. He's not Tom Brady doing the 2-minute drill. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm frustrated. The Cowboys are a good team and they will make the playoffs. But again, I'm gonna be watching on either wild card round or divisional round. I'm gonna watch a fourth quarter drive from Dak Prescott that fails, and I'm gonna go fuck me again, a fucking again. This is ridiculous. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's my Cowboys rant. Robbie, I'm gonna defend Josh Allen a little bit because I saw an interesting stat on Twitter this week that Josh Allen has, I think, shut up. Josh Allen has, I think, 69 interceptions across his first 5 seasons. And the interesting thing was, yeah, Peyton Manning had like 100 and Brett Favre had like 80, 85 or something. And Dan Marino had 80, I think. So perhaps he's not the turnover machine that he's being portrayed as. But, Robbie,
he's top 3 in almost every statistical QB category this year. And if he throws, I'm fine. If he if he has a turnover a game, that's fine. It's if he has an interception and 2 fumbles, then stuff starts adding up. But just throwing an interception, it depends where it is. And honestly, in the past, the defense could bail them out, but their best middle linebackers out for the year. One of the best, probably top 10 corners in the entire league is out for the year. Their safeties are banged up, but that's always happened. But still, their safeties are so important in that defense. They can't get any pass rush like they did when Von Miller was healthy last year. That's the thing. Von Miller was playing at an all-pro level. They were getting pass. They were getting so much pressure on the quarterback last year, and then he tears his ACL, and they kind of covered it up and limped to the playoffs. And then in the playoffs, remember how it was like, oh, they were playing a team that had no offensive line. They were on their third-string guys, and they couldn't get a single sack because they don't have any – all they have is guys that can just run really fast to the quarterback, but they don't have any swim moves. They don't have anything. Their defense is in shambles. And it's just Ken Dorsey, I get the offense is in the top 5, but if you watch their games, the eye test, it's not a top 5 offense. It is so weird how they use their running backs. They use them when they probably shouldn't, and when they should, they don't. It's like, and I don't know. So it's just odd, and it seems like they'll have 2 big plays. Like they'll have a gain of 30 yards and then a gain of 15, and you're like, okay, they're on the drive. And then they'll have an incomplete pass. Then they'll do a draw play for like 1 yard, and then they'll have a pass that makes it like 4th and 4, and they'll punt the ball when you're like, what the fuck just happened? It's just the team. If you look at all the stats, it's like, oh, that's a top 5 team in the power rankings, but it's not in the eye test. I'm not even sure if they're a top 15 team right now. It's awful.
Yeah, and what I love about you is you're like Josh Allen loophole of where you just blame the rest of the team, and it's
but he's
never.
Not, it's a
Josh
team
Allen's
game, is
fault.
it not? Is it not a
Yeah,
team
it is. Yeah, it is. But like for me, like on the Cowboys,
my defense.
My favorite player is Micah Parsons, and
go on.
My point is he's doing everything he can for that team, you know.
Yeah,
and
so no one's calling him overrated and not a franchise defensive player.
No, but my point is when the Cowboys fail, I'm not going to sit there and make excuses for Micah Parsons and say
you'll be criticizing Dak Prescott.
Yes, criticizing Dak Prescott.
But you're not
that's
criticizing. You're not saying this is because of Micah Parsons and that he's overrated and that he is who he thought he was. So it's not.
No,
it's not an apples to apples
my point is I'm criticizing Dak Prescott because as a team, they're not coming up. That it's not being successful. As a team, his teammates are playing to a level that I feel is acceptable.
And it's the exact opposite with the Bills. You know I'm right on this one. Just give it to me.
So what you're saying is, look, I'll give it to you. That's fine. What you're saying is, if the Bills didn't have Josh Allen, they're like a 1-win team.
They would have 3 wins tops.
I mean, they've only got 5. To be fair,
they would be worse than the Falcons, and the Falcons have 4 wins. I honestly, yeah, you're right. They might have 2 wins. If you put, it depends who you put in, but no, I mean,
what you're saying. You said a 3-win team. What you're saying is Josh Allen's only worth 2 wins. They got 5 wins, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But right. So no, probably 2 wins. 2 to 3
2 wins. 2 to 3 wins.
But
so
extrapolate that over an entire season.
But you extrapolate 5 wins across the entire season out of 9 games. So what? They're going to win 9 games with Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Whereas they might win 5 or 6 without him.
They would win 4 or 5 tops. Probably 4.
Yeah, right. What's the difference?
And 4 gets you in the top 5 of the draft. They're not a good team.
I don't think you're understanding my point. What's the difference? If you're a 9-win team with Josh Allen, or a 4-win team without him, yeah, a playoff team. And what? Then suddenly it's going to be so great.
They are a playoff team with Josh Allen right now, with all the holes.
Do you see how you've lowered your expectations?
I haven't lowered my expectations. The years they've been great. Look at the Chiefs right now. They're not doing great on offense.
What was
great?
They have
a top 3 defense.
What was great? The Cowboys get dunked on every year for like losing in the divisional round or the wildcard round. The Bills have gone into the playoffs in strong positions for the last 2 years.
Big difference in a 16-game season. Sorry, go ahead.
That's not what he said. The difference is 5 wins. LOL. Yeah, I understand that. But what's the difference in terms of you're a fringe playoff team or you're garbage and get better draft pick? Is the point. You're not elevating Josh Allen to a level that you put him on. If you know what I mean, like you're saying he's a Hall of Fame quarterback, but then you're saying they're barely a playoff team with him. Like it's confusing to me.
I don't think you understand how they are a top 5 draft pick type team without Josh Allen. That means they're one of the 5 worst teams in the NFL without Josh Allen.
And what are they with him?
They're one of the 7 best teams in their entire division.
5 and 4 they are with him.
No, I'm talking over the course of an entire season.
But currently halfway through a season, 5 and 4. They're just over 500.
Yeah. Most teams are 4 and 5. The majority of teams are 4 and 5 or 5 and 4.
Okay. So they're an average team.
Well, I'm not lowering my expectations. It's a dog shit team without Josh Allen.
But it's not that much of a difference without Josh Allen.
They are the same. Oh my God.
They're barely a 500 team with Josh Allen. Without him, all right, they're below 500, sure.
I'm putting a petition to bring back Nathan Peterman.
Yeah, I agree with you. He'd probably throw less interceptions.
If they have Nathan Peterman, they are 1 and 8?
Which is the softball I gave you.
They're 5 and 4. That's a
softball
I
gave
you. Yeah.
Hey Ozzy, that statement was almost the same as me telling Marcel that Blair was on line 1.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
What? Nathan Peterman? Dude, the devil.
Okay, let's
all right,
go to,
Robbie's leaving this up on the screen. Robbie is right. I know bad football, and the Bills are a bad team when Josh Allen isn't playing great. And that's the problem, isn't it? Like that is, I 100% agree with that.
And he's
in the sense of
great.
Josh Allen is not playing great very often. 4 out of 9 times, he's not played great.
They would have lost. Let's go through. Let's say, okay, let's do generic backup quarterback for the Bills starting week 1. Okay, let's say Heineke is their starting quarterback week 1. They would lose week 1 to the Jets,
which Josh Allen did. Yep.
Yes, that is correct. They would lose week 2 to the Giants when Daniel Jones was healthy at New York. They would lose week 3, which they did not lose. They would lose week 3. What am I looking? Am I on the right? Shut up. Yes. They would lose week 3 to the Bengals or at the
We're not doing this, Robbie.
Okay,
I gave you the softball of saying they would be a 1-win team. No, I said they would be a
1-win team right now. They're only
and then you went 3 to 4. And I was like, well, they're only got 5. So what are you talking about? You're burying your own fucking love child.
No. They'd have 1 loss, 2 losses, 3 losses, 4 losses, 5 losses, 6 losses.
Irrelevant, Robbie.
What are you talking about? They would have 2 wins. And we're losing viewers because you're
talking about what you said.
What did I say?
I said they'd be a 1-win team, and you were like 3 to 4 wins, and then I said, well, they've only got 5 wins.
3.
Well, you said 3. Definitely said 3. 3, and I was like, so that's 2 less wins than they currently have.
Yes.
As I say. Anyway.
So I guess quarterbacks aren't that valuable then, because he's a top 3 quarterback in the NFL. So you're saying
But what metric though? What's the metric of a top 3 quarterback?
Look,
how do you define that?
I think he's first in passer rating efficiency. What do you define? Rex Grossman got the Bears to the Super Bowl. Was he a top 5 quarterback that year because his team won games?
I wasn't saying that at all. I was asking you to tell me.
What do you think the top 3 quarterback is in the NFL then?
I think when a quarterback makes serious mistakes to cost his team a game, that's a problem at quarterback.
No. What game did he single-handedly lose for the Bills?
Single-handedly? None.
Yeah.
Nobody's lost a game. Nobody's lost a game single-handedly, except maybe Nathan Peterman, or possibly him.
No, there's quarterbacks all the time that lose games in the NFL because of their play.
Single-handedly. There's nothing anyone else. Zach Wilson has what? How many wins does Zach Wilson have right now?
I don't know. He has a great defense. The Jets would be undefeated with Josh Allen as their quarterback.
The Cowboys would be undefeated with Josh Allen as their quarterback.
Thank you.
I don't disagree with that. Point being, he makes mistakes that cost his team the game, and you can never fucking acknowledge that.
No, he does not make mistakes that cost his team the game. He makes mistakes because he's a gunslinger, like most great quarterbacks. What are you doing?
He doesn't make mistakes that cost his team the game. He makes mistakes because he's a gunslinger, like all great quarterbacks.
Exactly.
So you just changed the phrasing of what I said.
No, I didn't. You said he's.
You said he makes mistakes. You said he makes mistakes.
A mistake, 1 mistake, or 2 mistakes. A mistake.
Or 3 or 4
mistakes
or 5.
happen on almost every play. That doesn't mean you cost your team single-handedly the game, or you even cost.
But you said there's plenty of quarterbacks that cost their team the game.
Huh?
Didn't you just say?
What?
There's loads of quarterbacks that cost their team the game single-handedly. But all of a sudden, you can't single-handedly cost your team the game if you're Josh Allen?
No, I said he hasn't. There are loads of quarterbacks that
he hasn't at all.
You know why? Because there's 32 starting quarterbacks in the NFL, and he's one of the top 3.
Why can he only put up? Why over 2 games has he only put up like 30 points against the Bengals? If he's so great.
The Bengals are one of the best teams in the NFL and have an underrated defense.
An
I think
underrated
they're overrated,
defense.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
Only by
Bengals are
verbal.
overrated.
Yeah, by verbal. Yes, verbally they are. Do you realize how bad the Niners, or I should say, how good the Niners made the Cincinnati Bengals look, or how much better they made them look than they are? They're not that good. They are better than what they used to be. They're a far cry from what. Remember when they had a soggy paper towel for an offensive line, and Burrow was getting sacked every 2 seconds.
How are the Bengals
things like
been to a
this?
Super Bowl and been in the playoffs for the last 3 years now.
Yeah. And he got there with a soggy paper towel for an offensive line. He got there with, what was it?
He was talking about the defense
that was making the brutal mistakes. Like, you can win even if your team is shit in the bed in certain capacities. But I'm just saying, I'm not saying that their defense is bad. What I'm saying is that their defense was so bad before. And this was the same way with Kansas City. If you remember when Mahomes first got the helm.
Yeah.
Remember when he was having to win like 45-42 and all that shit? Because it was kind of similar. It kind of reminded me of that. Not exactly, but it reminds me of that. So now they are better than what they were, but they're not like the level of some of the other ones, you know. So let's not make it like they're, you know, what Dallas was after week 1.
Yeah, exactly.
All I'm saying is Pro Football Focus has the Bengals ranked after 10 weeks as the number 6 ranked defense in the NFL.
Who gives a fuck? These quarterbacks are making $40 to $45 million a year. They're the most important player on the team. That's why they make bank. Don't tell me if Josh Allen is so great, why are they 5-4?
Don't you turn into Dave Roberts. Robbie.
5-4. That team is a great record. Their team is shit.
So don't pay him 40-odd million then. Pay some fucking defenders. Pay some other players.
And be in the running for the first overall pick.
He ain't worth that money then. If he can't get the job done with a shit team, he shouldn't be taking that money. Did Tom Brady ever take that money? Tom Brady always took less money so the team could afford.
He married the 5th richest woman in the world, and he sure as hell took that money.
Oh yeah, no, the difference between 20 million and 40 million. Yeah, like you're going to live a shitty life if you only got $20 million a year as opposed to $40 million a year. No, I'm going to need to marry a fucking billionaire woman to fucking survive. Shut the fuck up.
He's on record saying that's why he took less, because he didn't need to take $40 million because he had Gisele Bundchen's money as well.
Nobody needs to take 40. Who needs $40 million a year?
$40 million either. So what's your point?
What do you mean? What's my point? That's my point. What do you mean?
You think Patrick
That's
Mahomes
exactly my point.
$55 million?
I mean, he is if that's the money he wants to take. But if his team sucks and they're not winning, he probably isn't then, is he?
The Bills team.
If you want to rank yourself as the most important player on your team by taking the most amount of money, and then you want to complain that the people around me aren't good enough. You're taking up most of the salary cap.
That's what quarterbacks do, and he's not even one of the
so go. He's not
even one of the 4 highest paid quarterbacks in the NFL.
So go 14-3 if you're going to take all the money. If you're that good. But don't complain that the players around him aren't good enough if he's taking all the money.
That's how it works. The quarterbacks get paid the most. Mahomes didn't go 14-3 last year, and he took up like 65% of the salary cap. And his salary cap is a bunch of bullshit anyway.
But didn't the Chiefs?
No, the Bills are not bad.
Didn't the Chiefs win the Super Bowl? The Chiefs won the Super Bowl. The Chiefs won the Super Bowl, so it doesn't matter how much Patrick Mahomes.
Because of the salary cap or how much money that Josh Allen's taking up. They're bad because they can't draft defensive players. They're players.
You want guys on rookie contracts because Josh Allen is taking up all the money.
Their offensive line sucks from who they've drafted. And lastly, they have injuries across the board on the defense. It's the injuries. I didn't say this team would suck if they were healthy.
You never mentioned injuries. You just started throwing people under the bus to protect.
What? Who did I throw under the bus?
Everyone else on the Bills. I used to like you guys. Holy shit. What's your problem, Jeff? What's your problem?
Oh, man. Robbie's dying on that hill, and then of course he's gonna roll down the hill. He's gonna kill the village that's based at the bottom of that hill.
I guess the Bills shouldn't have paid Josh Allen. They should rather just go get Matt Heineke, because Matt Heineke would be
no.
You said
it's Tyler.
He shouldn't have taken that money.
Tyler.
Which means they shouldn't have paid him that money.
It's Tyler. It's Tyler Heineke, first of all, not Matt. And second of all,
you only know that because your team sucked so bad you're starting him probably.
Oh, he's lashing out. I never said the Bills. By the way, the Cowboys have a better record than the Bills, so just shut the fuck up. But
they're a better team.
I didn't say the Bills shouldn't have paid Josh Allen that money. I said Josh Allen shouldn't be so selfish and understand that he needs a better team around him.
He got offered a $45 million per year. He should have said no. You're right.
Well, no, I didn't. When did I say he should say no to $45 million and turn down a contract? No, I said if they offer him $45 million, why not say, how about you give me 25 to 30 and use that money to go buy players that will help our team? Because I'm not the only player on this team.
And who would they have gotten with that saved money?
I don't know. I'm not a fucking GM. But you're the one telling me their team sucks.
So then what's the point?
You're the one telling me your team sucks. So why are they overpaying one guy
sucks because
when the team is garbage?
The players they've drafted on defense haven't performed. Their best corner is out for the year with a torn ACL. Their best middle linebacker, the linchpin of their defense, is out with a fractured leg and a torn ACL and MCL, by the way. Von Miller is a shell of himself.
All right. So now that we've discussed that, why do the Falcons suck?
The Falcons? Why do they suck?
Yeah.
Because they don't have a quarterback.
Oh, interesting.
So what you're saying is the quarterback.
They suck because they have Matt Heineke and Desmond Ridder as their two options. They don't use their best player in Bijan Robinson. Heineke. I don't care. He's not worth knowing his first name.
Well, you think the team that you actually support, you would know the name of the fucking starting quarterback. You keep telling us you're not a Bills fan. I'm not a Bills fan. I'm just a Josh Allen fan. I don't even know the name of my starting quarterback.
Falcons lost to fucking Spaceman in the Vikings than I am about I didn't think the Bills were going to win last week against the Bengals. I did think the Falcons in my $100 money line bet on them was going to win against the Vikings. I am more bitter about the Falcons losing to the Vikings than about any loss the Bills have had this year.
You're a cop-out fan. You're like, I'm going to be a Josh Allen fan, and every time he loses, I'll blame everything on everybody else. True. It's not Josh Allen. But then the team I actually support, I'm not actually going to pay attention to them. And I'm just going to give, again, cop-out excuses of like, oh, we don't have a quarterback.
If Josh Allen lost in the game, I'd admit it. I just think there's a lot of people that still don't like to give him credit or even say he's good because they've made so many people look like fools.
Choosing high QB pay and leaving enough for the other players is management problem, right? Of course, there's no doubt about that, Jeff. I'm not denying that. This is the point, though, Jeff. I don't give a fuck about the Bills.
It's not a QB issue; it's a team issue.
No.
Management
That's the point.
Is part of the team. You're right, Jeff. You punches.
That's the point, and I agree. They're poorly managed.
The quarterback.
They're a poorly managed team, but you would also think. Maybe if you're that great a quarterback
in the NFL, thank you.
If you're that great a quarterback that understands the situation of your team, maybe you'd go, I don't need $40 million a year. Maybe I'll take fucking $10 million less.
Christ.
You don't know what went on in their meetings, Robbie. Maybe management said, "Hey, Josh, if you drop down here, we got it's some inside scoop.
Maybe.
We know we can bring
know
Fred Warner over here right now. I'm talking.
I'm sorry."
So anyway, some kind of mega deal. They're like, "Hey, if you take this much less, we're going to be able to get this guy or these two guys." Like maybe management is doing their job and he's going, "Sorry, I got to get mine." Yep. And then he eats his churro because you know that favorite picture I like to show you where he's eating the churro. But anyway, Josh Allen maybe
he goes online and does a silly joke to make him fucking relatable to the public. But nobody actually gives a fuck.
That's pure speculation. We can't debunk all I can.
Oh, really? But so wouldn't this be pure speculation then?
Yeah, exactly.
That you were just fucking trumpeting and being really excited about.
Yeah, good point. That Josh Allen isn't worth having because they would be just as bad without him as they are with him. That's the definition of pure speculation. What I'm saying is they are a 5-4 team with Josh Allen. That team with Josh Allen, that is a Herculean effort to get that team to 5-4.
We don't know that.
I don't agree with that. I think Brock Purdy would be able to make that team 5-4.
Brock Purdy's lost his last 3 games.
I think Dak Prescott.
I know. And see, he hasn't lost his 4th game yet.
Yeah, he hasn't. That's a good point. Dak Prescott.
2-game difference.
Dak Prescott and Brock Purdy have not lost 4 games yet.
Yeah. You missed the best. You were supposed to go immediately for the defense excuse. You totally missed your chance.
No, because their defense has been weird the last couple of weeks.
Who?
The
49ers.
Not weird enough to where that explains anything. That just
I know.
Speaking of the 49ers defense, you know how mad
Purdy's
I am.
a good quarterback. People are like, "Oh, he's played like shit all 3 weeks." He didn't play bad last week. He's another guy that people are like, we're saying this will last 1 or 2 weeks, and he's been keeping it up, and people are now rooting against him because it's become from a feel-good story to people want him to fail because they don't want to look like, especially people that are in the NFL have a vested interest in him failing because they don't want people to realize that, like, you should read the scouting reports of him. Oh, he might be an organizational arm for spring training, and he comes out and does well. It's like 95% of people don't know what they're looking for in a quarterback.
I can't remember if it was the last game or the
one
one
sorry,
before.
Am I boring you now that we're not yelling at me, Aussie guy?
Anyway, I was in the middle of Anyway,
I was in the middle of a point when Robbie jumped in to pour the shit out of her on.
I know. Robbie just barrels through like it's nothing.
It's one of the perils of getting Robbie fired up.
I love how everybody ripped Brock Purdy for his last interception, like as if that was this shocking thing. Hey, he's got to try to bring him back. He's got to take chances at that point. It's more likely he's going to throw it down. Why are they ripping him on the other ones that were egregious? Or like, I can't remember which game, but he kind of did this little shuttle forward pass and went straight to the defender. And I was like, what the fuck was that? That was the first time I really was like, holy shit. Now that's what a bad quarterback does. So, but he's a young quarterback, so I try to give him a little bit of leeway. But some people are going overboard with it.
Don't either watch all the games at once so they don't see everything, or they just sit on and watch the Red Zone channel and then pretend they watch the entire game when they do their monologues.
Yeah.
At least Ben does that too, but at least Ben was like, I'm going to be honest, I didn't watch any of that Chiefs.
Yeah, I did a 5 minutes long investigation or whatever the hell.
Yeah, he's like, I was dead asleep, so that's not even going to make the show. Like, everyone was talking about, like, they were up at 6:30 in the morning watching that game. Bullshit.
I mean, not everyone. That's just the way it goes.
Because in Ukraine, it's on at, like, 4:30 in the
afternoon. And also, I'm often up at 2 a.m. watching NFL games, so
yeah,
don't
2 a.m.
dismiss
is
it,
easier
Robbie.
to watch a game than 6:30 a.m. That's when I go
Robbie,
to bed.
You just hit puberty, or what's going on? Your voice is cracking a bunch, or did we just fire you up? Your voice is cracking so much.
Is it
fucking 5-4?
Yeah,
I don't think so. Did I hit something? How about now?
No, dude, it's not your mic. It's your fucking vocal cords. You retard. Jesus Christ.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, fucking hell.
Konnichiwa.
I hate you.
I'm going.
I genuinely hate you. Wait, let's go. Oh, wait, we're way behind. Big Greg, J Scoop, pimp slapping Robbie. To silence for a second. Assume that did happen. Jeffy Punch.
Where did the 5 fingers say to the face?
Yeah. Can we just agree to get Robbie a Josh Allen Make-A-Wish? I mean, Josh Allen, Robbie's Josh Allen Make-A-Wish is not legal. So,
I don't
know. you agree with it. Robbie wish.
Alien.
Jesus Christ. Robbie wishes he could be a Josh Allen Make-A-Wish. What's going on here?
Because he wants to be probed by the alien.
Yeah. It's a good point. Last 49ers QB's OS. Is that what that says?
He meant this.
Oh. It's easier for me to read over here. Last QBs I remember from the 49ers is Joe Montana and Steve Young. Congratulations, Jeff. That's who all of us remember. Except there's a little fella you might have heard of, not for his football ability, but for his ability to put a knee on the ground, and that is Colin Kaepernick.
What about the guy whose voice is very crisp?
Oh, Jeff Garcia.
Very good. Which is one thing you never forget a Cowboys quarterback. I will say that. You never forget a Cowboys quarterback.
Sure you do.
America's team.
God.
America's team.
Quincy,
Don't you fucking forget it.
What was it, Quincy?
Do you know, like,
when
the Cowboys lose, and especially when they lose badly? No, actually, no. When they lose close and it's like frustrating, it's like, oh, I can't watch any NFL coverage for the next few days because it's just going to be what happened to the Cowboys. You
That's
know
the way
what I
it
mean?
is with the mean Bills now, or the Josh Allen. It's just,
No, please look at you. Oh, you're so cute. You're so cute. You think Josh Allen is the talk of the town? You think Josh Allen comes close? If you think Josh Allen comes close to Cowboys talk, you are out of your mind. People can't wait. People can't wait to dunk on the Cowboys. Are you kidding me?
Josh Allen.
Please.
Josh Allen just gets talked about as a player as much as the Cowboys get talked about as a team. Is the player equivalent, is what I'm saying.
You're out of your mind. You are so out of your mind. Dak Prescott gets talked about more than Josh Allen. What are you talking about?
No, he doesn't.
Oh, fuck me. You are out of your mind. You are so Josh Allen obsessed. It's embarrassing.
No, I'm not.
Didn't one of your Cowboys quarterbacks create the Muppets?
Henson
or something like that?
Yeah, probably. Come on, good pull.
We've gone the last 57 minutes of us just been going round and round with Josh Allen.
I don't think it's round and round. I think it's me and Ozzy occasionally popping up like a bowling pin just to get barreled over by this.
Well, no,
it runs out of the gutter.
It's more just you and I popping up to poke the bear. Who's the bear?
Everybody be very quiet.
Getting Robbie fired up is fun.
Do we?
All right, y'all. Jesus, Jeff. Country much. Y'all need to publicly bet some money when these teams play, so the loser can get slammed on it. What does it matter if we bet money? The loser gets slammed regardless.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We don't need money on the line. Why do we need to bring money into this, Jeff? What are you talking about? Jesus. Some of us have got families to feed.
He wants maximum misery.
Yeah. And by some of us, I mean one of us has family to feed, but you know.
And that's
Scoop's
kind
got
of like
Ukrainians to feed.
I'm saying that's a good metal hardcore metal band name. Maximum Misery.
That's pretty good. That is excellent, actually. Do it. Create that band, Scoop.
That's your punts. He inspired it, man. He's got to be the one.
Make it in Ukraine. Do it.
In Ukraine.
Yeah.
Not me, Crane. Ukraine.
Yeah. I thought you were jumping on me for saying the Ukraine, but I've been really careful about that.
No,
lately.
you did good. You did good.
Yeah. My friend at work, Chris, who listens to the show all the time, he said to me, he goes, yeah, I didn't realize. He goes, but I do it as well. He's like, I say the Ukraine. And I think it's because the United States, the United Kingdom, I think it's the U at the start. They kind of, but then I blew my whole own theory up by saying I never say the Uruguay. So I don't know. But I've
Uganda.
I've been, the Uganda, and exactly. So I've been coaching myself and like trying.
The Ugandan giant.
The Ukraine. Yes. Oh fuck! What's his name? What is his name? The Ugandan giant.
Francis Ngannou.
Oh God.
What?
What?
Kamala. The vice president.
Kamala Harris.
Oh my.
Yeah, I got in there before you, Robbie, and yours was worse than mine. Anyway, we're done. We're 2 hours in. This is insane.
Thank God.
Thank God, he says.
Well, I feel like I just ran a marathon after all the yelling I've done.
I mean, insert any joke you wish at this point.
So now that we covered the podcast basically with Larrimah and Josh Allen, now we got to try to get it to where Josh Allen goes to Larrimah. We do like a crash of our two topics. Yeah, and see what happens. See if we can get him together.
And he finds Paddy's body because he's so fucking amazing.
Because somehow he everything. Because somehow he did a turnover.
Exactly. He just throws a ball, and someone intercepts it, and they land on Paddy's body.
So stupid.
That's how great. Yeah, I know it's ridiculously stupid, but it made Scoop laugh, and that makes me happy. So that's all that matters.
Perfect.
Scoop, you're in Ukraine.
You just said Ukraine again. Jesus.
No, I didn't. I nearly said it.
No, once you've done it, it is very hard to get away from it. I
always called it Ukraine. Why do people put the? I never understood.
I think I just fucking explained it a second ago. It's probably related. Oh, gee, I fucking hate you. I fucking hate you.
You need to just settle down, Ozzy. Once we're done, you can crack back a couple of tinnies.
Yeah.
That's my new favorite word from. Really?
He's a
cunt. He didn't watch it. He just proved he didn't watch the whole documentary.
Oh, beer.
He's a cunt. He's a cunt. He's an ugly fat mole. Yeah, you got that, Scoop?
Yeah.
All right, Scoop, you're in Ukraine and you are helping people all the live long day. And like people could help you, couldn't they? Now look, fuck me. Scoop is there on his own dime and he's buying medical supplies on his own dime. So if you're the kind of person that could see another human being doing good things and think, I'll help that person do good things, Scoop, where can everybody help that good person do good things?
Yeah, so you can get some money to my PayPal, and I like to look at these dollars having to do with the price of a tourniquet, because that's pretty much the most valuable medical item that's over here, or I should say the quality one, because there's plenty of cheaper ones that break and then the guy bleeds out and dies. So for a Cat 7 tourniquet, it's $30. So I always try to have people think about that, like if they're considering donating. I mean, think about that. For most people that make donations, they're not going to go too high. But $30 is, it's reasonable. And to know that $30 literally saves a life, like it's going to. If that tourniquet comes out, it's because that guy was going to die. So I mean, when's the last time you spent $30 and you realized it made that much of a difference in life? So, yeah, that's how I think of it. And you don't have to give that much, but you can be like, hey, I paid for a third of a tourniquet, whatever. But you can send to my PayPal, and that's at wanya25m@yahoo.com. Don't judge me. I still have Yahoo. So that's WAN as in November, YA25M as in Mike at yahoo.com. Yeah, and just send me a note, say hi. Yeah, you don't have to just like send it and feel like it's impersonal. Like I want to give you kudos, and I'll talk to you on the side. And there's been plenty of people who've done this, including friends of this show, Robbie and Jeff, and not Ozzy, because apparently he wants to feed his children. So whatever.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Breaking news. Former first-round pick DJ Hayden was killed in a car crash this morning, along with 5 others.
I'd bring the mood down.
Trying to decide if that was worth interrupting the plea
Yeah,
to save Ukraine.
But it's just so weird because he's the one that survived that injury that kills 95% of people, and then he dies just 6 years later in a car crash. It's like death was coming for him.
Well, once again, on the topic of war, how many people do all kinds of crazy, awesome things over in Iraq, Afghanistan, then they come home and they get smoked by some dude who's trying to rob a liquor store for like $25. It's like, wow, okay, that hero just died like that for nothing.
I mean, Robbie did bail me out of the fact that you mentioned that I haven't donated, which is true.
No, it's okay. You said it yourself. You're the one who actually has a family to support.
No, but
I wouldn't be over here in Ukraine if I did. Like, it would be
impossible. But I want to elaborate on that in terms of I'm not in a position right now to do that. But at the same time, it's not all about donating. It's also about getting the word out to people that might donate, and that's what I've been trying to do lately. And I'm really trying hard to get Stuttering John Melendez on our podcast, because he is a big supporter of Ukraine and the fight going there. So, look, still working on that, still sending tweets, etc., to try and get that happen. But yeah, no, look, I'm not in a position to donate to Scoop now, and look, I look forward to when I can. But at the end of the day, you don't need to donate. It's fine. Just let someone know. Maybe you know someone who's like, hey, I'm looking for some. I got some extra cash and I want to fucking like splurge on something. You could just say, hey, there's this dude in Ukraine, and fucking, you could really help someone. Spread the word.
And tell them the same thing like how I did. Because if you just say, hey, can you donate? And it's just like empty. It's like, well, most people are thinking, oh, if I can't give like 50 or $100 or whatever, or how much of a difference am I really going to make? And it's like, no, every 30 fucking dollars that I hit saves somebody. Like, it's literally, it's fucking real. So it's, and not just that, but every know that is cool. So if people are listening and they can't, but they can tell somebody else the same way I just did, there's a good chance they might help out.
Yeah, and not just that, but like, maybe Scoot, rather than buying a tourniquet, can actually like have a nice steak dinner for a change, like rather than eat just ramen noodles or whatever, So, anyway.
Well, you have to put that in the comments. I'm not going to do that on my own accord. But hey, Ozzy, just, if you feeling it, you're like, man, I really want to donate. Just, maybe like next week, just tell your kids, hey, today we're not eating because somebody needs to live. And you want to have Oreos? Okay, so you want to kill that guy, right? All right, son.
That's a good point. I mean, our kids don't get Oreos. Oreos are the most overrated thing ever.
Downgrade. I don't know what the equivalent is in Australia, but like in America, you have like Cheerios. And then if you can't afford that, you get Tastios. Like way less quality.
In terms of Oreos, the Australian equivalent would be Tim Tams.
Tim Tams.
Have you ever had a Tim Tam? It's good.
I cracked open a couple tinnies and had a Tim Tam with it.
No. Rather than donate to people living in Ukraine, I'll send you guys some Tim Tams.
There you go.
There you
I'm
go.
assuming it's probably like Smarties in Canada or like the M&M.
Yeah, well, we got
competitor.
Smarties as well. Yeah, I think Smarties must be something from old Mother England. I don't know, but yeah, Smarties are basically the shitty M&M. Yes. Robbie feels like he runs a marathon beating off to Josh Allen. That is true. But being a premature ejaculator, it's more of a sprint. Are we GoFunding Aussie's American visit in April for WrestleMania and karaoke bullshit mania in Philadelphia? We're not, Jeff, because there's no way there's enough people to. We can't get people to fucking pay for Scoop's tourniquets. You think we're gonna pay for me to get to Philadelphia? And I appreciate the sentiment. We joked about it on Get My Go, but no, that's
I don't know if you got a boob job and a butt lift, it might happen sooner than the Ukraine tourniquet.
Yeah, that's true. The platform to get the message out is super important. That is true, Jeff. Thank you for pointing that out. Yeah, look, at the end of the day, I went on a Twitter spree the other day, trying to get Stuttering John on the podcast, and I think it would get more eyes on us, and therefore, there's a lot of generous people in the Dabbleverse, and I thought, if we can get some Dabbleverse eyes on us, then hopefully those people can help Jay Scoop. So you're right, Jeff. Like the platform is the thing, and we'd love to be able to get somebody else. And look, a podcaster did message me and said, "How can I help?" Like immediately, and it's a podcaster with a decent name. At this point, I'm not going to reveal, but hopefully we're going to have him on the show. But yeah, that stuff is always nice. If you can get the word out and someone's like, "How can I help?" and then maybe you get a couple of people from that, and it's just it just helps Scoop. So
you get contacted by chicks with dicks and other tricks?
Definitely, always. It's my number one. It's my number one search on X videos. All right, thank you. And
you notice Robbie didn't even bat an eye. Like that was a normal thing in his world.
Robbie's somewhere else at the moment. He's paying no respect to the show at all.
He's surfing chicks with dicks and other chicks.
And we've gone 2 hours and 11 minutes. You can't expect me to mentally last that long.
Oh wow! You hear that? Sounds like Robbie is the Josh Allen of the United States of Australia.
That doesn't make any fucking sense at all.
What are your plugs? Oh, sorry, Scoop. Where are you on Twitter or X?
On Twitter at Jesse Crean. That's JESSECREAN.
Yeah, and what I will say about that. Go to Scoop's Twitter. If you're interested in donating or helping, just go to his Twitter and hit him up. Send him a tweet. Say, "Hey, Scoop, how can I help?" And Scoop will be, I assume, more than happy to interact with you and tell you. You know what I mean? Like, we had some discussion, and one key thing to point out about this is not a charity. This is helping one individual do something good. It's not a charity. So if you're uncomfortable about it, that's fine. But just if you're interested, just contact Scoop and figure it out from there. And then you might decide, oh no, this guy is the most honest, fucking legit person I've ever met in my life, which is what I feel. Anyway, Robbie, plugs.
What about me? I'm a legitimate person.
Robbie, plugs.
Wow, you don't think I'm a legitimate person, huh?
Robbie, plugs.
No.
I would have gotten away with it if it weren't for you meddling kids.
You can find me at Mariner Robbie on Twitter. I'm a very legitimate person on there.
Hey, wait, screw this. You know that Jason, is it Jason Whitlock, that lineman guy who's in the commercials? And then isn't that the guy who just retired from the Rams? No, not Jason.
No,
what's that guy's name?
That's the fat black cunt.
Whatever. What's the Rams lineman guy who just retired? What's his name?
Oh, fuck.
It's like a W name, right? Well,
Whitmore?
you know the
I know
guy
you're
I'm
talking
talking about,
about.
right?
Whitmore?
Whatever.
Whitmore?
That Rams guy who just retired, he's going to be a Hall of Famer. You know what I'm talking about, right?
the guy.
And he's
in.
He's all
This
over
guy-
the place now.
This joke's going to go well because there's whatever. You know him.
No, because you do know him. You guys just are being stupid about it right now. As stupid
Whitmore,
as me because
maybe?
I don't know.
Because
the
you
name.
gave the wrong name.
Well,
That's
yeah,
why
it
we're
doesn't
being
matter.
stupid about
The
it.
There's only one Rams lineman of recent history that anybody's gonna really know, and it's
Whitmore.
this guy because he just retired and now he's everywhere in all these commercials, and he's a color analyst, all that crap, and he's in that one commercial.
Andrew Whitworth. There we go.
Okay, Andrew Whitworth. And so he's sitting there, and then the guy's saying what the football play is going to be, and then he gets offended because it says you can't lift whatever amount of weight, or you can't block, and he's like, "What? I can block? How about this play's called? I block all day, and I block blah 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 blah," and he gets offended by it, and that's exactly what Robbie just did a moment ago.
That was totally worth it, Scoop.
It was worth it if you wouldn't have been so rejection-y.
Yeah, he's in a mood. Aussie Moody. Moody Aussie.
Oh, I don't know about that. You can't talk, Robbie.
Yeah, I'd say
Moody, I'm in
cunty.
a great mood.
I'd say cunty.
I'm
Aussie
Mr.
more
Not
than
Moody.
Aussie. Robbie, you done with
Oh,
all the
you
plugs? You
No.
know, this is something that is this phenomenal that you are worse at the show plugs than Rox ever
No,
was.
I'm not.
Whoa.
No, I'm not.
She had it
Don't
down.
even
She had a
dare
script.
finish that sentence. No.
She
you
had
can
a
find me
script.
at-
She had it down.
No, she didn't. She stumbled over it for the first 56 episodes.
At least she stumbled over it. You don't even know it.
I'm doing it right now if you shut the fuck up. Okay, so I'm at Mariner Robbie on Twitter. You can find the United States of Australia podcast page at USA US Pod on
Again.
Twitter /X.
Again.
What?
It's USA. It's US.
No, it's
US
USA US Pod.
USA US pod.
Oh my god.
Rox would have had this down weeks ago. We do this every
I
week.
have it down.
Rox would have had it down. We do this
Oh,
every week.
USA US Pod. Is that
U-
not
US
the podcast name?
Yes,
Or
it is.
that
But
not
you,
the Twitter handle?
yes, but your inflection is wrong. It's USAUS.
USAUS.
It's harder. People have said how confusing it is when you say it like that.
Who said that? Who said that?
Me!
Yeah, there we go.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Population me.
yeah.
Okay.
A town full of people. Population me.
Last stop, Robbie.
That would be a big fucking town, though.
It wouldn't it? Yeah, bigger than Larrimah.
Metropolis.
Oh, Scoop, you missed my intro joke to Robbie today. I said, a man whose clothes are considered infrastructure at Tent City.
What the fuck?
If only the World Trade Center was made out of Robbie's clothes.
Yeah. Would have just bended and then come back.
Oh,
Are you done with the plugs, Robbie? Is that it?
I don't know. Is it?
Probably. If I don't know. Yeah, like and subscribe us here. Comment on our videos. It helps the algorithm. YouTube gives us algorithm if we get comments and likes and subscribes and all that shit. I don't know what else. Get my go.
If you think- I was just going to say, don't forget if you think of something that you want us to review, but not, oh, it's a good movie. But no, like something zany about it, something, different that would make it actually interesting to do it. Otherwise, we're just some stupid other fucking podcast.
Exactly. Sorry to be talking while you're interrupting, Scoop. I
thought you gave me the green light when you stopped. Sorry.
No, I always like that line. I always,
Yeah.
it's one of my faves. Sorry to be talking while you're interrupting. Get My Go has new episodes out. There's an episode out at the moment with our good friend Husey and Chad and this other guy, Mike Durbin. They covered Larry Dallas from Keeping It 100. So youtube.com/getmygo. And yes, the lovely man, I joke, but the lovely man, Mike Durbin, has a shirt up in his Pro Wrestling Tee store, prowrestlingtees.com/Mike Durbin. You can get an at that Sussy Guy t-shirt because on Twitter or X, I am at that Sussy Guy. Just imagine that Aussie guy and put an S where the A should be. We'll catch you next time on United States of Australia. That's it?
That's it, man.
That's all you got?
That's all I got. That was like Robbie,
It's like Josh Allen in divisional round.
Josh Allen is a top